Hello everyone, welcome to ixamBee. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon if you haven't yet done, so that you do not miss any update on any new video that we release. In this video, I will be talking about the economics MCQs, which will be important for your upcoming PFRDA Phase 2 examination as well as the SEBI Grade A 2023 examination. These are economics MCQs that were given in the SEBI scholarship test that we conducted. You can also download the solutions PDF from the description of the video. So this is the distribution of questions. Out of the 50 questions, 8 were of economics. So these are the 8 questions that I'll be discussing with detailed solutions now. So let's get started. This is the first question. In the context of investments, which of the following is or are correct? According to the accelerator model, investment demand is proportional to changes in income. The higher the real interest rate, the higher is the rental cost of capital. And investment is a stock variable, and D, the real interest rate is equal to the nominal rate of interest plus the inflation rate. So clearly, investment is not a stock variable, rather it's a flow variable, because investments are measured over a period of time and not at a particular point of time, unlike the money supply measure, which is a stock concept, or the wealth, which is also a stock concept. But investments is a flow variable. So statement C is incorrect. And the real rate of interest is equal to the nominal rate of interest minus the inflation rate. It's the difference between the two. So again, this D statement is also incorrect. However, the higher the real interest rate, higher is the rental cost of capital. This is true, because if the rate of interest is higher, the cost of capital would be higher. And according to the accelerator model, the investment demand is proportional to changes in income. It is one proportion of the changes in income. So it is the right opposite of the multiplier effect. Right, multiplier effect tells you that if due to some changes in your investments, by how much your income changes. But it is right opposite of the multiplier. It tells you that because of changes in income, how much the investment demand would change. So this is also a proportional of the change in income. So statements A and B are right here. Answer is A and B only, A. Next question is, the total cost function of a firm is given to you here, and C is the total cost, Q is the output, and marginal cost is what you need to find out at output level of 10. So from this total cost, how do I get the marginal cost? I will have to differentiate the total cost function with respect to Q to get the marginal cost. So differentiating this whole function, I get 1 by 10 3Q square minus 3 times 2Q plus 50. This is my marginal cost. Right, now putting this value of at Q equals to 10, I get 1 by 10 into 3, 10 square minus 3 into 2 into 10 plus 50, which is equal to 30 minus 60 plus 50. Now this is equal to 20. So my marginal cost is coming out to be 20. The right answer is 20. Answer A. Next question. As output expands, the LSE curve falls. Why? And this is due to what? What is the reason behind it? So LSE is the long run average cost curve. Okay. This is given as the long run average cost curve. Now, as you increase the output, as the output expands, this curve starts falling. This happens because of economies of scale. Okay, the curve is an U-shaped curve. It looks like this. It is an envelope of all the short-run average cost curves, and on the left side portion of the curve you have economies of scale operating, and on the right portion you have diseconomies of scale. So when this curve starts falling, this is because of economies of scale. The right answer is option B. Next question is that you are given two lists: perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and in list 2 you are given the features of these market structures. You have to match the correct options. Okay, so under perfect competition, we know that there are identical products. There are a large number of firms and large number of buyers, and with identical products, that is homogeneous products. Monopoly is a market structure which has products with close substitutes, right? So there are heterogeneous products, but the products have close substitutes with each other. Then monopolistic competition has feature that it has many real or perceived differences in products, that is, products are heterogeneous. And oligopoly has little or no differences in the products. It could either be homogeneous or with some little difference. So oligopoly is a market structure where there are few sellers. Monopolistic competition is a market structure where there are a large number of buyers and sellers. Monopoly is the single seller of the market. Hence the right answer would be A will match with 3, B matches with 4, and C matches with 1, and D would match with 2. So the right answer is option C. Next question, the independence of real variables from changes in money supply and nominal variables is called what? Now this is the statement coming from the classical theory of determination of output and employment. From this theory we know that if money supply increases, then only the price level increases. It does not change the real variable, that is the output, real wage, employment, output, and so on. It only affects the nominal variable, which is the price level. Because if you draw the diagram here, this is the aggregate supply curve and aggregate demand is given by this. So if the money supply increases, then the aggregate demand curve shifts up at the higher money supply level, and it only increases the price level from P0 to P1. So this independence of real variables from changes in money supply is termed as the classical dichotomy. So answer is A. Next question is that you are given the investment function, savings function, government expenditures is also given. So you have to find the equilibrium income. So equilibrium would happen where aggregate demand is equal to output. Now aggregate demand would be equal to C plus I plus G. We are given the investment function and the government expenditures. You have to find the consumption function. So consumption function we can easily find from the savings function, right? It would be Y minus S would give you the consumption level. The Y minus output minus the total savings is the consumption, because output is either spent on savings or on consumption. So this would give you the consumption level. So consumption function would be Y minus 150 minus 0.4 Y. So this would be equal to Y plus 150 minus 0.4 Y, which is equal to 150 plus 0.6 Y. This is my consumption function. So putting this, you get aggregate demand is equal to 150 plus 0.6 Y plus 50 plus 0.2 Y plus G, which is the 50 government expenditure. So the total aggregate demand would be 150 plus 50 plus 50, which is 250 plus 0.8 Y, right? This is my total aggregate demand. Now the point where it is equal to the output will be the equilibrium. So 250 plus 0.8 Y is equal to Y. Plugging this, you get Y to be equal to 250 divided by 0.2, which is equal to 1250. So the right answer is 1250, option A. Next question, which of the following functions will result in an investment multiplier of value 4? So multiplier is given by 1 upon 1 minus MPC. This is the multiplier formula, investment multiplier, right? So the value of MPC should be such that this whole thing is equal to 4. Now here C is equal to 50 plus 0.25 Y, right? So the slope 0.25, this is the marginal propensity to consume. From this consumption function we know that MPC is equal to 0.25, right? So when MPC is 0.25, the multiplier is equal to 1 upon 1 minus 0.25, which is equal to 1 upon 0.75, which is equal to 4 by 3, right? Now when MPC here is 0.75, so when MPC is 0.75, the multiplier is 1 upon 1 minus 0.75, which is equal to 1 upon 0.25, which is equal to 4. Okay, so we know that 0.75 is giving us the multiplier value of 4. This B option is correct, right? But here in C and D options we are giving the saving function and the investment function. So investment functions will not be able to tell you what is the investment multiplier value, right? So this D option is anyway incorrect, and A's option is already incorrect. We already saw this. Now about the C option. Here many of you might think that only B is correct, so then these options maybe are incorrect. No, but here you are given the savings function. So from the savings function also you can get the marginal propensity to consume, because from the savings function we know that the marginal propensity to save is given to be 0.25, right? So that means, and the sum of marginal propensity to save and marginal propensity to consume is 1. So MPC, this means here is 0.75, right? Because the whole income would be either spent or consumed, hence the sum of MPC and MPS would always be 1. So from here we know MPC is 0.75, and 0.75 MPC is giving you value of 4 multiplier. So C option would also be correct, hence answer is B and C only. Okay, now the next question is that you are given the elements of M4 money supply in the Indian economy. Options are broad money M3 plus all deposits with the post office savings bank and national savings certificate. Now you have to choose the correct option, that which would the volume would constitute M4. So we know that national savings certificate is not part of any of the measures of money supply M1, M2, M3, M4. So C option is incorrect, but M4 includes the broad money M3 and all the deposits with the post office savings bank. So national savings certificate is not part of M4, and the different 4 measures of money supply are given by M1, M2, M3, M4, which is currency plus demand deposits with other deposits of public with the RBI, and M2 is M1 plus savings deposit with post office savings banks, M3 is M1 plus time deposits with banks, and M4 is M3 plus total deposits with the post office savings organizations. And the new monetary aggregates NM1, NM2 and M3 are given as these. So here M3 and M4 are the broad measures of money supply, and M1 and M2 are the narrow measures of money supply. If you want a more detailed analysis of these different monetary aggregates, you can also watch the Concept Padhayenge Sabko Sikhayenge video of monetary aggregates. You can find the link of that particular video in the description of this particular video. So right now we have a PFRDA grade A phase 2 crash course available. You can enroll now and use this coupon to avail offer. You can also download the economics PDF from the description of this particular video. If you have any other queries, call on this number, or you can also email at this particular email ID. Thank you.